What is the first name that comes to mind when you want to decorate or customize your car? Most likely the reality TV show Counting Cars, which isn't a surprise given how famous it is and how long it's been on the History Channel. It also made its host Danny Koker popular. You may remember him as the Count Koker was a legendary figure in the auto modification business because he used his years of experience and cutting-edge new ideas to take things to a whole new level. But after the show ended in 2021, there were a lot of rumors in the auto business about the bad things that had happened to Koker. Let's check to see if these shocking new facts about Danny Koker are true or not. When Koker was born on January 5th, 1964 in Cleveland, Ohio, he was just one of the newest babies. He went on to become a reality TV star, musician, producer, famous mechanic, and owner of Count's Customs. As a child, Daniel Nicholas Koker II grew up around classic cars and other cars because his father worked at the Ford Motor Company and a lot of his friends and family did too. Koker was interested in how these life-size toys worked, as a child would be when they are interested in toys. Because his dad saw that his son was becoming more interested in cars, he decided to give him a cruiser as a present. This is where it all began. Koker started to work on restoring and customizing cars. It was clear, though, that cars were his main interest. He liked music just like his dad did. He played some music and sang baritone for the Cathedral Quartet, a famous Southern church group. Dad also played keyboards. Not only that, but he also played with the Oak Ridge Boys, C.L. Franklin, Mahalia Jackson, and the Foggy River Boys. In addition to his own musical pursuits, he was also in charge of the Koker family singers, a group that included Koker, his mother, and his brothers. It wasn't a surprise that Koker followed in his dad's footsteps and played at Carnegie Hall when he was 11 years old. Over time, he became more and more interested in music. Starting to become a teen, Koker went to Valley to learn basic shop and car mechanics, but he learned the most outside of school. For hours on end, he would watch his dad work on old cars and change the engines. He would learn from skilled workers and people who know plenty about cars. Getting help taking cars apart taught him what the different parts were for and how they worked. It was learning for young Koker how these tools worked and how to fix them after other people had given up on them. He told them that the only real schooling he had was what you get in high school, which is basic shop class and car class. After that, all you have to do to find out how something works is get your hands dirty and take it apart. After that, you need to figure out how to put it back together. Koker would finally stand out from many others in the auto industry thanks to this hands-on and very useful way of learning. There was no question about where he was going after high school. It may have started out as a hobby. However, he never really graduated from high school in the usual sense. Going to the University of Nevada after high school was exciting for him. When Koker got bigger, his dad did something different from the car business. He bought Channel 33, a TV station in Las Vegas. At that time, the station mostly showed old films, sitcoms, plays, and Christian religious shows. When the Kokers were in charge, the station was an independent one that mainly showed local material. It even showed movies like the scary B-movie Saturday Fright at the Movies. Koker first became known for his big part as Count Cool Rider in this movie, which made him famous. Their family sold Channel 33 Inc. to Montecito Broadcasting Corporation on December 18, 1997, and the deal was finalized on February 3, 1998. But Koker had quit acting a few years before to focus on fixing up cars and bikes and making them look unique. His first car, a 1979 Camaro Z28, was what made him decide to go this route. Koker took the car apart and changed everything about it so that it looked like a street-style Can-Am race car. When this job went well, it was more than enough to make Koker want to work full-time. He started the tattoo shop Counts, a business that combined his two biggest interest, cars and tattoos. People who liked tattoos and cars quickly became fans of the business. When Koker opened his shop Count's Customs, his dream of having a business that did nothing but customize and fix up cars quickly came true. At this custom shop in Nevada, Koker began fixing up old cars that had been left behind. In the early 2000s, this new business quickly became well known in the field, just like his first one. People who wanted quality started going to Count's Customs. Who came to the shop was so good that you wouldn't believe it. One of them was Rick Harrison of Pawn Stars, and Harrison often asked Koker to give Harrison an opinion on old muscle cars. This let Koker show off his intelligence and vast knowledge on TV for millions of people. Being connected to Harrison helped him solidify his place in the auto industry even more. It did more than that, though. Harrison had a show on History Channel called Pawn Star, which did really well. So well did it do that they were thinking about making more like it. Koker's unique skills with cars and his amazing ability to turn rusty junk into beautiful works of art made him even more impressed. He already knew how to follow the Count's rules. The makers had no doubts about it. Their spin-off was Koker, which is how Counting Cars came to be. The third show, based off of Pawn Stars, was filmed in Las Vegas and showed what goes on at Koker's Counts Customs every day. The world now knows about Koker's dream, his father's guidance, his own struggles over the years, and the amazing job he worked so hard to build have all led to this point. In the first show, Harrison brought in a 1968 Mustang with bullet holes. This old Mustang fastback was in bad shape when it got to the show, but Harrison insisted that he wanted it turned into a bullet-themed tribute on a bullet-themed. The people who worked on the car with Koker did an amazing job. The end result was a work of art that everyone loved. There were 13 shows in the first season, and fans wanted more when it was over. Once the second season began, it had twice as many shows as the first season. It was clear that people liked it. In fact, they liked it so much that the show was picked up for a third season. In the middle of an exciting episode of the show, Koker and his team were asked to count how many cars were in the warehouse. After going through a bunch of different cars, like old muscle cars, motorbikes, and new sports cars, they came to the conclusion that there were a total of 1,500 cars in the warehouse at that time. This accomplishment was talked about on social media and in the news, which helped get the word out about the Counting Cars show. Koker became famous as a star in the field of customizing and restoring cars because of the show. It wasn't a surprise when, just a few years after the show started, he was made the producer. Before Counting Cars, he was already well known in Las Vegas. Now, he's famous all over the country. He was the guy with the beard and the glow-in-the-dark hat. People went to him with questions about customizing cars and motorbikes because he was the expert on the subject. Stars from Hollywood were among them. A lot of big players like Alice Cooper, Tommy Lee, Dee Snider, George Lynch, and Judas Priest wanted the best. And so was Koker. Even when Ozzy Osbourne wanted to have a tough time, he went to Koker. Because Koker knew a lot of famous people, he was asked to auto shows, parties, and even more TV shows. People from all over the world came to Counts Customs because it became one of the most famous spots in the city. To be honest, this caused a big change in Koker's finances, and his desire to be an entrepreneur came back. One of his most well-known projects was fixing up Rock Bar and Grill by Count. He opened Count's Vamped, a one-of-a-kind Las Vegas spot known for its unique mix of Gothic style, motorcycle culture, and rock music vibe. Even though Koker was famous and made a lot of money, he had a lot of troubles. A small court matter changed everything and let out a dark and shocking secret he had been keeping for years. Because of the way his business worked, Koker was bound to run into some legal problems every once in a while. For example, in 2014, a couple sued Koker's company because they brought their 1967 Ford Mustang to be changed so that it could be shown on TV soon after Counting Cars began. The $50,000 lawsuit says the couple wanted their money back when they found out that the car wasn't even the type they had in mind and that work hadn't even started on it. Soon after, the case was over. Without a doubt, the crime wasn't so bad that Koker should go to jail or be arrested. 3 years later, though, he had another legal trouble when a $75,000 lawsuit was brought against a former worker at Counts Custom who was said to be getting paid by Koker's company for controlled drugs. The drugs were found to belong to Koker after an investigation, and he was given a 30-day jail term. A lot of people were shocked to learn about Koker's fight with drug addiction, which had not been publicized. Fans were shocked. Because Koker was seen as a cool guy who loved cars and was kind of a role model, it was natural that these events would hurt his business and career. There was worry about Counting Cars' prospects, and Count's habits were criticized after he got out of jail. In order to stay sober, Koker chose to use the same toughness and commitment that he had shown in his business and reality TV careers. Even though he has had new legal problems since then, he hasn't been arrested. He was able to win back the respect of his clients and friends by being honest about his problems and dedicated to his recovery. Koker was dedicated to more than just his singing. His club, Counts Vamped, was a big part of keeping his music alive. The club became popular with both locals and visitors because Koker used his love of retro style and rock music to make it feel unique and family-friendly. The musician who ran the weekly jam night found out that Koker used to play music, so he would invite him to join him on stage and sing. After a while, other people were asked to sing. Koker was in a group that ended up on the same stage at the same time, and they played so well together. Koker said it felt like it was real. It was great. We all got along great. We sat on the club's patio after that night and talked about how good it felt. We then decided that we should get together for the next jam night. Let's learn some songs together. Let's practice for a while. That's what we did. After that, our jam night started to get a lot of people. This group turned into Koker's own band, Count 77. We're practicing all the time, he said when asked how the band came together. It turned into our own band because the guys are all about the same age. It really was an honest growth from the ground up. We all liked the same music when we were kids. The kind of music we all love is very important to us. It really did happen that way. Not long after, Count 77 began playing for bigger bands, and kept playing at the club as well. When Koker got better at counting cars, his band also became more well-known. The band put out their first record, and Summer of '77 is one of their best-known songs. They were even chosen as one of the top 20 albums of 2014 by Blues Rock Review. Koker said, "I can't say that I have a real goal for this," when asked what the band's goal was. "I only wanted to go on and get better. It's amazing that no one in the band is ever happy, not even me. I don't know what the goal is for us, but I do know that all 6 of us are very committed to this band. All 6 of us are determined to do it for real." As Koker did well in the car business and in music, it seemed like everything he touched turned to gold. There may be people who don't know that Koker isn't the only one to blame for his success. There's a real life behind all the fame. That includes Koker's marriage to Corey Koker, a talented singer and businesswoman, for many years. There was a time when Koker and Corey got together before the deal to count cars even happened. They both liked cars and rock and roll. From Count 77 to Count's Customs, Corey has been an important part of all of them, especially Count's Vamped, where he has been very involved with running things. She has been the steady force behind the scenes that makes things work. The couple has been able to balance their successful jobs while keeping their personal lives out of the public eye. Still, bits and pieces do come out. Speculations about the couple's marriage said that Koker's busy schedule made things hard for them and their marriage. Fans thought at the time that their business company would fall apart if the couple had broken up. They didn't want to talk about these rumors in public, so they decided to keep their private business private. There were also rumors that Corey had a health emergency that caused her to temporarily leave her job at Vamped, which made fans even more worried. On the internet, there were also claims that she had died in a car accident. Fans still showed their support and did their best to wish Corey well, even though these facts weren't completely confirmed. Show how important the couple was to people in Las Vegas and beyond. People at Count's Vamp were glad to see her again when she went back to work. No matter what the rumors say, one thing is for sure: their bond is still as strong as ever. Even though fame and business are hard, Koker has said that he is thankful to have a partner who shares his interests and knows what it means to do his job. In 2021, Counting Cars came to an end after 10 seasons and 184 shows. Even though this was the last episode, the show was praised for being one of the History Channel's most popular. In fact, fans kept waiting for news of a new season, but it never came. The fact that Koker still owns Count's Customs made him decide to let as many people as possible check out the show. The official Count's Customs website says that free tours of the shop are given every day and show off some of the most famous builds from the show's past. So fans could get all the fun they could handle. They even built a museum there. In all honesty, Counting Cars did change reality TV, especially when it came to car-themed restaurants. Reality TV shows now have to follow new rules, which shows this effect. For instance, Counting Cars did a great job of combining the technical parts of restoring cars with the personal stories of the team members. This had not been done before. That's why it went on for so long. Even though the show ended more than 3 years ago, Koker hasn't shown any signs of slowing down. As of now, he is still the famous mechanic who is also a recording artist with not 1 but 2 full-length records. On the other hand, there have been rumors about his health on social media from time to time. There aren't any clear signs that he is sick or having health problems right now. It is said that he is thought to be healthy. So that his fans wouldn't be scammed or lied to, he wrote on X, "I am personally only on Twitter. Even though my businesses are on all of them, I'm only on Twitter. On Facebook and other sites, there are fake DK accounts. Not me. Do not fall for it. Tell someone about it." Reports say that Koker is worth about $14 million and has more than 100 personal cars, including about 70 motorbikes and about 55 cars. Some of these cars were given to him by his late father, who died in 2008. Koker may not be on TV as much as he used to be, but his work helped fans of a niche business stay in touch with each other. His show helped people understand and be interested in something complicated. This has let other reality shows look into niches and groups that aren't as well known. The story of Koker is one of strength. From his childhood love of cars, which became famous through the hit show Counting Cars, to his unexpected time in jail, Koker's story pushes many to stay determined and keep their foot on the gas of their dreams until they get where they want to go on time.